Sup traders, it's Trades here. Let's see what the market has in store for us today. It's the 26th of November, Tuesday. Bearish order flow across the inverse dollar pairs. Got CB Consumer Confidence coming out at 3 p.m. So ideally I'd want to wait until then to look for any trades, because I've noticed that news release can sometimes be quite unpredictable. So let's just dive straight into euro dollar. Took out sell side liquidity, tapped into a weekly time frame order block and monthly time frame fair value gap. Last week, however, order flow is bearish, strong bearish candles every single week equals bearish. Today, I'm just going to wait for yesterday's highs to be taken out. If it takes out during the news, good. Otherwise, we'll see. And so far, we have came down and took out Monday's low right there, and it looks like at that sell side liquidity, that weekly time frame sell side liquidity, and it's finding some support. Yesterday we pulled into this range, rejected that daily time frame fair value gap, and held, and it looks like it's going to continue down. However, I do want to wait for price to come down up and take out yesterday's high before I look for any trades. On the 4 hour, we gapped open, pulled back into that gap, into this inverse fair value gap on the 240, held that 50% of that inverse fair value gap, pushed up with this bullish engulfing candle, and then we've slowly made our way down, came into that low now, and took out liquidity below that, cleared the rest of the gap on the 240, and what looks like at the moment to me is that price is making its way up to this previous day's high. Why? Because we have it's essentially a displacement, right? Gap is essentially fair value gap, and price is displaced up, made a swing, pushed up, came down and wicked below that swing and took out the rest of the gap, and now it's slowly making its way up. And that's the main reason I'm not taking a short right now, because even though we are in a bearish order flow, it looks like we've had a market structure shift and displacement with fair value gaps, and you could trade this retracement. It's not something I want to be trading right now during London session. And I'm not saying that it couldn't just continue lower from here. It easily could. It's just that that's not my trading. It's not the way I trade, so it's best to stay out. Honestly, I'm a little bit annoyed that this came during Asian session. I would have liked to see that during London session and look for trades to go long, but it's just what it is. And that's it. That's my simple analysis for the day. Won't try to complicate it too much. Pound dollar, same thing. Strong bearish order flow, expecting price to continue lower. Daily time frame pulled into this range's fair value gap on the daily time frame and held that 50% yesterday. And it drops lower. Like, what else do you want? And at the moment, I'm waiting for previous day's high to be taken out, which would be Monday's highs, and then I'll look for trading opportunities to go short. Similar to pound dollar, right? Euro dollar, pound dollar also took out some sell side liquidity, but I do believe this one actually has room to go lower. We did come into this order block right there and found support last week, and I'm watching this sell side liquidity, these equal lows on the pound dollar, for price to come into this week. How is it going to come down there? That's something I'll have to wait. We had this inverse fair value gap, we closed below it, and we've come into it and tapped. It's currently tapping into that level. Is it going to drop down from there? Honestly, I'm not sure what's going to do, but one thing for sure is we are forming a channel on the 240, which is quite a strong channel from here down it will potentially play out at that sell side liquidity with this RSI diverging, and that would be a good trade to go long during Thursday, Friday, or even Wednesday as a TGIF setup, which starts on Wednesday if that plays out on Wednesday, But so far at the moment, right, we pulled up Monday. Since then, we've just been displacing bearish engulfing candle, tried to pull bearish engulfing candle, pulled up, we've held this order block at the 50% of that inverse fair value gap, And to me, it looks like this one actually could continue lower, unlike euro dollar. But I don't know how to trade that. I'm still going to wait for price to come down, take that previous day's high, or even this high right here below that fair value gap would be a better location to go for a short than shorting right here. So yeah, still going to wait for the news release at 3 p.m. and then I will trade after that. Until then, just do my own thing and review some old trades.